The war of words between President Donald Trump and Governor Wes Moore, which escalated over the weekend.
And the consequences couldn't be greater. In his only Baltimore television interview today, Governor Moore weighs in on the next steps.
Could the new Key Bridge pay a price because of a political skirmish between the president and the governor? The threat has been made.
I don't want this to be about me and the president. It's not. It's about the president's promise to the people of this country.
But now it's potentially about Key Bridge funding. And some might argue that because of this war of words, that in some ways you're playing with fire. That now Key Bridge funding appears to be caught in the middle of all this.
Well, no, I think people need to remember that Key Bridge funding does not come from the President of the United States. That Key Bridge funding comes from Congress.
The governor said he is confident the money will remain. But this development followed an ugly back and forth over the possible deployment of National Guard troops to Baltimore, ostensibly to fight crime and make people feel safer. Something the Army veteran governor calls not sustainable, not scalable, and downright unconstitutional.
To ask them to go perform a function that they are not trained for, and something that comes off as theatrical, I just find it to be deeply offensive to them, to their family members, and to the oath.
As tension mounts between the governor and the president, the governor, from his personal X account, threw jabs the president's way.
And the only thing that I know is that when you are receiving direct shots, you don't just assume the position, you fight back.
All this has some wondering, yet again, if Wes Moore plans a run for president.
I have said clearly and over and over again, I'm not running for president. I am making sure that Maryland is going to be okay in this moment. And for people to be thinking about 2028, I really believe it means you're not taking 2025 very seriously.
Over the weekend, the president raised questions about Moore's service record, and the governor chided the president for not serving in the military. Security has always been high for Governor Moore, but with the escalation of tensions, it is now even higher.